So, day 3 of running a 5k every day in preparation for a half marathon. How did today go? To be honest with you, it was difficult, man. Like, it was supposed to be an easy run, and I wanted to give up. And obviously I didn't give up, but I wanted to. I was very close to, but, I kept that promise to myself. I said, I woke up today, I said, I'm going to run a 5k today. I did it, and if I didn't do it, I would let the demons in. And look, I'm not going to lie to you. It's frustrating running so slowly and still being tired when you know that there are people out there who can run it a lot faster and a lot easier. But, today's advice, don't compare your level 1 to someone else's level 10, I'm not a beginner runner, but, I'm back at square one, So I just got to accept that this is where I am for the minute. And that's okay. It's okay that, I'm not the fastest, because end of the day, I'm back at square one. I'm putting the work in. And hopefully, with improvements soon, we'll get where we want to be. I'm torn whether as to I should keep running 5k every day or just work on maybe just getting the heart rate lower. So not worrying about kilometers, but just doing like 30-minute zone 3 or zone 2. That might help. So a bit stuck between the two at the moment. But anyway, today's video, the main aspect I want to cover is what I learned from training martial arts for 3 months. So in September, I trained MMA and Muay Thai kickboxing for about 3 months. And I'm going to tell you what I learned. I mean, yeah, very similar to running. The first thing was that I had the ability to do difficult things. This is very good for self-confidence. I set myself a challenge. I said, okay, I'd like to try something new. I'm a big fighting fan. I love watching MMA and boxing. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to give this a go. And honestly, I enjoyed it. There's something very fulfilling about overcoming fear. Every time I went, I'm not ashamed to admit that, I was scared. I knew I was going in, to spar people bigger than me, better than me. But, I did it when I got there. I enjoyed it. Learning a new skill, meeting people with a similar mindset. And, it keeps you humble. That's one good thing. From being in bodybuilder gyms compared to, being around fighters are often more humble because, they're getting beaten up regularly, so their egos are in check. This is something, Tom Aspinall talked about on his podcast with True Geordie. Yeah, so, the ability to do something difficult. It was a nice change up from bodybuilding. I've been doing a lot of bodybuilding, and it was nice, but also humbling, to do some cardio, learn a new skill, put the gloves on, you just feel like a man, getting in there, doing difficult shit, looking cool. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was difficult. I enjoyed the, learning about it. I enjoyed, the cardio-based strength movements. But yeah, the sparring was very humbling, especially the groundwork. Like having another man on top of you it's exhausting, someone trying to come after you. I found the MMA sparring in particular very difficult. It took me to some dark places, but at some point you just got to remember, you got to keep going. There's always more. And I remember, it broke me down, I was halfway through a spar at one point and, I had nothing left, but, I learned a lot about myself. I went, I gave it my all. So I definitely recommend it. At the moment, obviously, the priority is the running, so that's why I've stopped for the time being. There's a little voice in my head that's saying, you're slow at running, and it's mocking me. And I've got to quiet that voice, and the only way I can quiet that voice is through going back out there and running a half marathon, and that's the only way I can silence the demons right now. So that's why I'm not training at the moment, but I'd love to get back into it. Maybe after this half marathon. So we'll see how it goes. So yeah, that was the quick update from the running journey, and just a little bit more about myself and what I learned from training martial arts. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.